Foods, more than just a grocery store. Williams Foods has been serving communities since 1971. That is 45 years strong and counting. We are successful because we offer great service, great prices, fresh produce, and the best meat money can buy. Williams Foods is not just in your communities, we are a part of your community. We donate 1% back to any nonprofit organization, and we donate up to 6 cents per labels to anyone fundraising. Williams Foods, where we still sack and carry out your groceries for you because you deserve it.
There's a few things we live by in Oklahoma: honesty, integrity, and hard work. At Triton Foundation Repair, if you don't need foundation repair work, we will be the company that tells you, because when you do need it, we want to be the company that doesn't. Honesty, integrity, and hard work. Triton Foundation Repair.
Al's Heat and Air is a proud supporter of the Tuttle Tigers. Serving the Tuttle area for almost 40 years, we work on all makes and models. As a trained comfort specialist, we sell the best and service the rest. Al's Heat and Air, 405-381-3602.
Looking for the perfect way to satisfy your barbecue cravings? Look no further. We welcome everyone to enjoy our mouth-watering barbecue made with love and care. With a kids menu and outdoor patio, we have something for all ages. Come for the barbecue, stay for the good times with family and friends.
At Ortho Central, we're committed to making your life better. Whether it's getting you back to the sport you love, chasing after grandkids, or easing chronic pain. With locations in Norman, Midwest City, and Newcastle. Ortho Central, we're part of your team.
Over the years, a lot has changed. Thankfully, in Tuttle, a few things have stayed the same. The people here are still the best, the school's teams are always competitive, and Williams Plumbing Service is still serving the community. For all your plumbing needs, call Williams Plumbing Service. One family serving Tuttle since 1949. Thank you, Tuttle, and go Tigers.
Where you call home is important, and when things break, who you call to fix that home is also important. When it comes to heat and air needs, local matters. Bo Kokenauer of Koch's Mechanical knows that, and that's why Koch's Mechanical takes pride in serving the community he calls home.
Need your AC serviced? Let our dad serve you.
At Tactical Pest Solutions, we prevent pests from taking over. Our defense will give you peace of mind, keeping your home or business safe from pesky bugs or creepy crawlers. Our tactical approach proactively treats your spaces before high-traffic pest season. Make an appointment today, even if you haven't seen indications of bugs or pests, so we can play defense for your home team. Give us a call and let's keep your home or business free of what's bugging you. Tactical Pest Solutions. We can beat the bugs to the punch.
Whether you just came from a workout or you're just out and about, our Social Sips have everything you need to feel good to feel good. Here at Social, we have a variety of teas, shakes, social bowls, or you can even try one of our cold brew coffees, made with you in mind. At Mustang Social and Hometown Social, it's always tea time.
At Marshall Auto Supply, our Napa certified parts professionals are here to help. We stock a wide variety of parts and accessories for all makes and models. Marshall Auto Supply. Stop by or call us today. Located in Chickasha or on Main Street in Tuttle.
All right, welcome to Tiger TV and the playoff preview brought to you by RSP Photography. Got a couple of guests here this week. To my right, my immediate right, I've got Mikey Avalar. In the middle there with the glowing hair, that is Cruz Campbell, the one and only. And next to him is the guy that gets in the ball, Ryan Morales, not Gonzalez, right? Ryan Morales down there. And then Coach Ballard on the end. We got these guys bracketed so they can't get away. They're excited to be here. But we got a great show for you tonight. Excited. It feels like it's been a minute, guys, since we played some football. So how's it been the last 2 weeks? How's practice and turkey and ham and stuffing and all that stuff? How's that been?
It's been pretty good. I mean, we've just been, kept our grind up, just kept practicing with one another. Got to keep the brotherhood alive.
Gotcha. Cruz, Ryan, how about you guys? Been good couple weeks?
Great Thanksgiving break, had some amazing weeks of practice and ready to get playing again.
That's about it.
Awesome.
Sums it up.
Well, so we're going to go kind of back in time here a couple of weeks, talk about that Hilldale game. It seems like it's, again, been a minute since that happened, but a really good game. Came out, kind of opened things up early, got rolling quick in that one, and then just kind of never looked back in that game. Talk about the mindset coming into that game. All you guys are on the offensive side of the ball. So talk about kind of coming out with that first play, opening that thing up and getting on them quick. What was that? What'd you think about that, Mikey?
I felt like it's going to be a fun game. I felt like we were actually locked in, prepared. It felt great. Felt like it was going to be a good night.
Our goal is to win that gold ball, so we had to go through Hilldale to win, and we came out stepping on the pedal, the gas.
The lineman got in trouble for dancing the week before, and
Yes.
and Coach Brand just talked to us about taking practice seriously and how it relates to the game. So we were locked in the whole week, and then right before the game, we were locked in, and it shows in the play.
Awesome. Well, yeah, it was exciting. That was a great way to get that game started. It was kind of a sign of what was to come that night. Really thought that, I mean, from top to bottom, start to finish, that game was well played on the Tiger side of the ball. And Hilldale just kind of never could answer any of the blows that we dealt them. So let's look at those game stats from that game and talk about some of the specific numbers there. So one of the things that we've seen a couple of times this year is like the total plays there. Tuttle ran 59, Hilldale ran 61. We see that quite a bit where it's not that we're running more plays than them or even keeping them off the field because we're scoring pretty quick. So kind of a funky stat there. Total yards 429 to 288, exactly what you want to see there. Passing yards 278 to 223 for them. Rush yards 151 to 65. First downs 28 to 17, and then turnovers 5 turnovers there. That's the one you see Coach Ballard down there smiling about that.
Always.
That's our unwritten key to the game every week. We don't have to write it anymore because we know win the turnover battle is key, and it was huge last week or 2 weeks ago against Hilldale. The rushing game this year has been what I would kind of call sneakily effective. Hasn't been huge numbers sometimes, but it's got the job done and it's been very effective. So for you big guys up front, when it's time to run the ball, what's kind of the mentality? Does the mode shift for you guys there when you hear Roundsville's number called back there?
I wouldn't say it like switches anything up. I mean, we still have to block. We have to get past the line of scrimmage or just get yardage.
I mean, no matter who we're blocking for, we have to go 100%. So it really doesn't matter who it is, but as long as they stay on their feet and they get whatever they're going for, I think that's a win.
Now, I've seen a couple of those pancake blocks from Mikey this year. So when he gets the opportunity to block more than 3 yards down the field, you got to get a little bit excited about that when they're running right behind you and you get a chance to drive that guy down the field a little bit.
Yeah. I've got excited whenever we run 7. Sometimes I had to stop looking in the backfield at Cruz and Sonny. So,
yeah. Well, you guys have been doing a fantastic job up front, keeping Cruz upright so he can sling it around the field back there and then opening holes for Roundsville, who's had a really, really good year back there as well. So can you put those stats back up there real quick, Kevin? Yeah, so ends up 49 to 7. Again, 35-0 at halftime. Got out to that quick start. You look at those numbers down there, some individual stat lines down there. Spreading the wealth, Roundsville, 25 carries, 146 yards down there, touchdown. He's been a workhorse this year. He's not afraid to tote the ball 20 plus times in a game.
Sean loves it, and we're just able to spread the ball around more than we have in the past. You know that. Our passing game's been efficient, to say the least, and effective. And when it's time to run the ball, there's days where the box is a little bit light, and we feel like we can block that, and the guys have. Sean's done a great job. I think he's fumbled once this year. So, ball security, don't get too greedy with the run game. When you got four, get four. Um, and he's done a great job of that. Sean's not afraid to cut back into traffic and get the nasty yards that we need to extend drives, keep the chains moving, and just keep the ball out of other people's hands. I mean, you've seen it, and you just kind of never know what you're going to get on defense. They're going to three safeties, two safeties, rotating to three. You just never know. And as an offense, we're built to take what it gives us. And when the run game's there, we've done a good job of handing the ball off, taking what's there, move the chains. And then also, if you want to play that game, we quick strike you too. So just got to be opportunistic. When we get shots, we got to make sure they count. And when it's time to run the ball, we got to put people away. And that's what we've done. They've done a great job of it.
Yeah, hopefully we can keep that trend going. Now, I will give credit where credit is due. Hildale, the one play they scored a touchdown on, a little bit of a nifty play there. Lots of crazy set, kind of swinging gate, throwing it to the quarterback there. I'm sure Cruz was opting, hey, let's put that in for me.
Oh, yeah.
I can get the CD pass this year too.
Cruz would throw something to us if we did that. They've done a lot of that, and we worked really hard on it. It's usually after a touchdown, extra point thing, and they pulled it out there in the middle of the field, and they got us on one. And hey, kudos to them, man. They got it. But if we can make people reach that deep into the bag of tricks to get a touchdown, it's probably a pretty good night for us.
Yeah.
So felt good about the way the defense played as well. I thought we got some big stops early, got the ball back in our offense's hands, and offense was more than effective.
Yeah, absolutely. Now, the second time they tried that formation, it did not go as well.
No, we got
for
the ball
them.
back.
So great adjustments on the defensive side of the ball for them there. I think we've got some highlights. Let's take a look at those defensive highlights first here. And Coach, help us kind of talk through these as we look at these highlights. Kevin's going to get them dialed up for us back there. Our Hotworks Mustang replays here. A little misdirection there.
A little wingback trap looking stuff, and the guys are doing a good job of closing on the down blocks and making sure we're solid. And then, they're very good throwing and catching the ball. I thought the quarterback played extremely well.
Yeah.
And then they had a couple of little dangerous receivers, and then the big hit from our defense and knocking the ball out, and right there, Jet disguising his coverage. And that was a huge play for Jet. That's something he messed up in practice on Tuesday and heard about it pretty loudly. And for him to come back and make that play in the game, I thought was huge. I thought it knocked the top off everything the other night. So
yeah.
Here again, our defense is doing what they do. They're aggressive, they run fast, and they tackle. And we've done that consistently all year. You see push by the defensive lineman, also a backer inserting there. And then, everybody hustling to the ball. That's what we love to see. Lots of motion with this. And once we got a couple score lead on them, we knew it was time for them to throw football.
Yeah.
And, they completed some, which they're a good football team. And when there's only 8 teams left in the state, they're not somebody that didn't know how to play the game.
Right.
They're very good at it, and they had some good things to do. And again, just pursuit, man, constant effort, wanting to play defense hard. It's definitely a decision you have to make as a team, and our guys make it, and they hustle to the ball right there. You can see Big Cam getting the turnover, and that was that second time they had run the gate. So here, a couple linebacker pressures here, a little twist coming off of it, and then McDoulet pops free inside, and then Luke recovers and tries to give the ball back to McDoulet. Was the best part. Man.
That was awesome. Yeah.
It takes a team. Your defense can never be about one guy.
Yeah.
They've all got to be selfless. They've got to put their eyes in their gap. They've got to freaking run to the ball, and they got to be physical when they get to it. And our guys have done that all year. Coach Lemming, Coach Finn, Coach Wallace. Got it all schemed up, and these guys just buy in and go fast. So we're excited about it. Gosh, it's effort, and that's what defense is, and they're willing to do it. So
yeah. Now we'll look at some highlights, including these guys on the offensive side of the ball. So I know this is what they've been waiting for. So we'll take a look at those.
All right.
Touchdown to the corner there, CJ Simon.
Cruz did a good job of keeping that one alive. And then right here, getting one to Zarian Kendall. and Zarian make a couple guys miss. Man, it was so good to see OZ running in the open, man. What a super kid, and so happy for him. Here you see a couple two-back sets. That's McAdoo with the handoff and getting some yardage up inside. Got a clear lane to run. The offensive line did an excellent job the other night. They had some bigger-bodied kids, and I thought we were solid up front all night. And then same looking play there, just some of our two-back stuff. And then we got Cruz giving Mac a shot, and this is against a very fast receiver. I don't know that you'll see a better thrown ball than that one.
Very well thrown.
Yeah.
Absolutely. Well done.
That's
Cruz.
money in the bank. I know he's sitting by me, but he's awfully good at that. And he understands the game and understands when to let go of the ball. And he did. And having guys like Mac that'll run under it sure help. And then here's Sean getting those tough yards we talked about. You can see Big Will Garrett out in front blocking, and then Sean dragging 2 or 3, a foot off the ground to go get it. And here we got Big Mike in the backfield, kind of a jumbo package with him and Will. So getting the ball in the end zone, getting down there close, and the field shrinks, and you've got to be tough right there. And we were. And then coming back here with some more defensive plays. There's one of the Lane brothers right there. I believe that's Jalen with that, or that's Jordan with that pick. Sorry. Those guys have been solid all year on defense as well. But 5 turnovers speaks a lot for the defense, but 0 turnovers for our offense is even better.
Yeah.
And that's the name of the game right now. We're trying to survive and advance, man. We want to score 1 more point than the other team, and we want to play next week. And that's what we're after. These guys work hard and love watching them come out and do that. Like they told you, some of their coaches had been on them about not really being locked in the first round. And I think they learned their lesson. And it's not something that I can do for them or we can do for them. They have to do that themselves. And they showed up to work, locked in all week. We had a great week of prep, and then Friday night they were locked and ready to go, and proud of them.
Good. It showed up in a big way, so got that one out of the way. Looking back to Hilldale, that was a good win there, and now after our commercial break, we're going to take a break here in just a minute. We'll come back and talk about the week ahead, and Bethany, a familiar opponent again, see them for the second time this year. So we'll take a break on Tiger TV and be back in just a moment.
Country Equipment Rentals is the spot for all the tools to help you get those projects done. Whether it's a power washer, jackhammer, stump grinder, or tiller, or if you need something a little bigger like a tractor and brush hog, skid steer, excavator, or even a bulldozer, Country Equipment Rentals is the place to go. Where you call home is important, and when things break, who you call to fix that home is also important. When it comes to heat and air needs, local matters. Bo Kokenauer of Koch's Mechanical knows that, and that's why Koch's Mechanical takes pride in serving the community he calls home.
Need your AC serviced? Let our dad serve you.
At Jamie Joe's, our burgers are handmade with 100% pure beef. From our grill to your table, you'll love every bite.
Jamie Joe's, half-price burgers all day Monday.
At Contemporary Family Dentistry, our core values are the heart of our Big Little practice since 2008. Our friendly and professional staff are here to ensure your experience at the dentist is a positive one. Does going to the dentist cause you anxiety? No worries. We offer IV sedation for all procedures and your comfort. We are open Monday through Friday at our Newcastle location and now also in Blanchard.
At Tactical Pest Solutions, we prevent pests from taking over. Our defense will give you peace of mind, keeping your home or business safe from pesky bugs or creepy crawlers. Our tactical approach proactively treats your spaces before high-traffic pest season. Make an appointment today, even if you haven't seen indications of bugs or pests, so we can play defense for your home team. Give us a call and let's keep your home or business free of what's bugging you. Tactical Pest Solutions. We can beat the bugs to the punch.
The First National Bank and Trust Company presents to you the Tuttle Team Spirit Card. We proudly serve more than 20 area schools and have donated more than $82,000 in 2023. So, what are you waiting for? Support your Tuttle Tigers and make every transaction count. Come by the bank to get your team spirit card today at no cost to you. The First National Bank and Trust Company. Member FDIC.
All right, welcome back to Tiger TV here on the playoff preview. I've got Mikey Avalar, Cruz Campbell, Ryan Morales, and Coach Ballard here with me tonight. Looking ahead, semifinal matchup coming up Friday night in Yukon under the big lights over there. A familiar opponent, though, Bethany, the Broncos. Played them once this year, so we'll get to see them again. How do you guys feel about playing somebody again?
I mean, I'm not sure that they can change very much, but I mean, it was a great matchup between us two last time. We came out with the victory, and let's just hope we can come out with the victory again.
We've had a great couple of weeks of practice, and I think we're ready to play again. I've heard all week it's hard to beat a team twice, but I think we're ready for this week.
Awesome. Ryan, what about you? You think you see the same guys in front of you this week?
I mean, I think we had a lot of mistakes the first time we played them, and I really think that we fixed them all. So I want to see how we perform against them this week.
Yeah, sometimes, it's a little nerve-wracking sometimes to play a team twice, but every once in a while it's like, hey, we get a second shot to clean some things up and show them maybe we can do this, do it again and put it on them again. So it was a good game the first time for sure at their place. It was homecoming that week for them, if you don't remember. It's been a good year, and so let's take a look at the stats for the year, team stats this year. And part of that was that Bethany win, and you can see there the numbers on the left are bigger where they need to be than the numbers on the right, and smaller where they need to be than the numbers on the right, which is always a good sign there. So total yards 4,482 to 25, almost doubling up opponents there on the year. Passing yards 2,816. Completion percentage, I'll jump to that one, 64%. Pretty good completion percentage right there by the quarterbacks. Mostly Cruz, but that other guy's played a couple times as well in there.
Yeah, shout out Parker.
Parker got some snaps in there, done a good job. He did get the big pass interference call in the Guthrie game to speed things
I'm
off.
gonna be honest, he might have won us that Guthrie game.
That was big time. It was awesome. Rushing yards there, 1,666. Yards per game, 139 rushing yards. So over 200 yards passing, over 100 yards rushing. I think from an offensive perspective, you may not have certain numbers that you're targeting, but how does it feel when you look at that and you see 200 plus passing yards and 100 plus rushing yards per game for you guys?
It feels like we're doing things right.
Yeah, so the run game opens up the pass game. The pass game opens up the run game, and it starts with these guys and Tandon and Eli and Gavin. Without them, we wouldn't be on offense where we are.
And we wouldn't be like that if we didn't have Cruz, CJ, the twins, McAdoo, Z. Yeah,
Willie.
Will.
So,
if he can catch the ball.
Yeah. And that's the thing I've told people as I talk about it with different people around town and things. I say, hey, it's really kind of a pick your poison thing with this team, because if you want to stop the pass, fine, we'll hand the ball off. We'll roll Will in there and put him in front of Sean, and here you go. Have a healthy dose of that. So really on both sides of the ball, really complementary, complete groups on both sides of the ball this year.
It's been fun to watch these guys. They've done what they have to do to win. People are going to try to take away what you do best. That's what good teams do. They work all week to do that too. So, being able to adjust and come back with your curveball or your change up, Coach Draper, you're going to have to throw those to win a ball game, right?
Yep.
So it is what it is. These guys know that we're down for the fight. We're down for whatever it takes to win a ball game. And man, I've just been so proud of the way they practice. You look at those numbers and think, man, they did a great job. But it goes back to what they did in the wintertime in the weight room, what they did in the summertime in the weight room, the running in the summer, the preseason, the team camp, all the stuff that we do together as a team. These guys met it head on, flourished, no complaining. They did what we asked them to do, and that's why they're successful right now. They've not balked at us once, and very, very proud of them. They're good young men. They're great teammates to each other. They treat each other the right way, and it just speaks so much about each one of them. It's really fun as a coach.
Awesome, awesome. Yeah, it's been a great group. We get to spend some time around them doing the Tiger TV stuff. They're not too mad at us even when we call them by the wrong name sometimes
It's all
down
good.
there. But yeah, it's been a really good group, and to see them come together and play together has been extremely fun to watch. Talking about that first matchup with Bethany, jumped out early on them. They start kind of clawing their way back, and really at that point in the season was almost kind of the first time you'd seen somebody making their clawing their way back into a game. Then talk about that moment where you're looking at it saying, "Hey, momentum's starting to shift." Talk about that mentality of kind of fighting through that and staying the course in that.
Well, one thing that we're good at doing is we don't let it get to our heads. We just keep going. We stick by each other and just tell each other that we're good. We got this, and just keep rolling.
Yeah, well, he said, we don't get in our heads, man. We just keep pushing. And Bethany's they're a great football team, so we just got to keep fighting in games even when we're down.
It also helps when you have teammates that pick you up when you're down and you have a bad play. They'll pick you back up and tell you to brush it off.
You know this. You played the game. It's ebbs and flows. Football does. Momentum does. It's going to be good. It's going to be bad. You're going to have to stand there and take either one. These guys have done a great job. But the adversity that game, we go up 21-0 on a couple of big plays. And then man, we don't feel the punt right before halftime. We get backed up. We end up with the safety. They get it. They score. I mean, then we come out in the third quarter. Mac fumbles, right there at midfield. I think, and you're like, whoa, hey,
Yeah.
and I think they get within the score of us there, and then we finally stretch it back out. What was the final?
49-17,
Something like that.
47-18.
We pulled away a little at the end, but
Yeah.
it was good for these guys to go through that adversity. We got behind at Guthrie in the first quarter,
Yeah.
and scratched and clawed our way through that, and then we went over to Newcastle and played really well, and then shut them out, and then go over to or get Noble here finally for our first home game and play that, and then. It was a good test for us. We knew that Bethany's always good.
Yeah.
It doesn't matter what year it is. Those guys, Coach Archer does an awesome job. We respect the heck out of them, and it's always going to be a battle. We've had some great battles with them in the past, but these guys just you can't worry about it. I mean, it's water under the bridge, right? The most important play is the next play. Let's move on to it and go. And they've really embraced all those things, but being close as teammates and knowing that they have someone right beside them that's fighting with them and for them. It's pretty calming, and they do a great job in the huddle. You don't see a lot of people griping at each other and all that stuff. They're really good about taking care of one another.
Yeah, no, that was a really fun game to see that kind of come out of this group and see how they handled that, and fun to see them really put the foot on the gas there about halfway through the third quarter through the rest of the game and just open that thing up. So as we look forward to playing Bethany again, you've talked about it. Bethany traditionally, they're going to have some players that can go. They're going to have some size. They're going to have all the things you want in a good football team over there. And seeing them a second time, what's kind of the message to the team as you face that opponent again, and one that, let's be honest, you beat by 3 touchdowns plus last time. What's the message to the team in that?
Well,
prep?
I think we had 2 weeks to do this, so we took our focus and put it on the first game for our first week of prep. We went through all the mistakes, things that they did against us that hurt us, and we tried to correct all those things the first week. So that was good to have that focus and that time to fix those. And then this week, it's been working on some things that they're doing differently since we played them last. But I told the guys Monday, I mean, really, I mean, you want what do we have to do to win, right? Well, you are who you are at this point of the season, right? I said, put your foot on the gas and press it, and don't let up. And we are who we are. I mean, if we're the best version of us, you got to take your chance with that, right? The only thing we control is go out there and play well. We play well, and somebody beats us, so be it. But we have to go play well. And these guys done a good job. We try to keep the focus on us. When we have to line up correctly, don't get me wrong. We're working on Bethany. And you always have to have wrinkles, but we have to dance with the one that brought us. And we know what we're good at. We know what we're not good at. And we have to make sure we stay in those spots, and we're aggressive and we're not going to back down from anyone. And that's where we live. That's what we do. And we ain't backing down. We'll be ready to go. We'll be setting on go, and we'll be ready to push the gas Friday. I mean, it is what it is, right? We're ready.
Absolutely. Absolutely. Lights come on, it's go time. This time of the season, that's what it's about. You got to be ready to go. Like you said, that's the thing. You sort of know your identity at this point in the year. If you're having to get away from your identity at this point in the year, that's not a good thing. So if you can go in confident in who you are and what you've got and just roll with it, that's exciting to hear that. For you guys, I'm going to kind of look back again. What was a play that jumps out from that first Bethany game for you guys as you think back to that game? What was something that jumped out, a play that you remember or you thought was pivotal in that game?
You
We're
want to start, Ryan?
We're
Yeah,
starting down there
yeah.
on that end.
The safety, my snap was a little hot, and we got a safety for it, so that wasn't too much of a good time.
But you corrected it.
Yeah,
You got
I
that.
corrected
It's
it.
all good.
I corrected it.
Hey, making adjustments. That's what it's about.
That's right.
I'm not gonna let him take all the blame on that. It hit me in the hands. So, and then yeah, the 2 fumbles. But I think coming back and then scoring that 1 touchdown to Brady got us back in that game. I think it got the momentum going again.
Yeah. That was a good one. Into the wind too.
Yep.
I really don't have one. I mean, we messed up. We went at halftime, came back and fixed it.
Yeah, and that was kind of my favorite part of that game, to be honest with you. Again, they started clawing their way back, momentum, you could feel it. Everybody was getting excited on their side for homecoming and all that was, and then you guys just absolutely stayed the course, stayed calm, cool, and collected. You never felt from the huddle or even on the defensive side of the ball that little bit of sense of panic that you sometimes see from teams or desperation. Never really felt that. So that was exciting, and kudos to you guys for staying the course and putting the foot on the gas and getting after it to finish that one out. We've got another commercial break coming up here on Tiger TV. We'll be back with these guys for a few more minutes. So enjoy our commercial break. Thanks to all our sponsors. We'll be back on Tiger TV in just a moment.
Country Equipment is your locally owned full-service dealer of Kubota, Polaris, Skag, and Hustler equipment. Whether it's for 2 or 200 acres, Country Equipment has the Kubota tractor and attachments to help you get the job done. Country Equipment carries a full line of trimmers, blowers, chainsaws, and more from top brands like Echo and Steel. Mowers from brands like Kubota, Hustler, and Skag are sure to keep your place looking great all year round. Plus a full parts and service department for all the brands we carry. Come see us today at your locally owned Country Equipment. Life is complex enough. With decades of experience, Cornerstone Insurance Group makes insurance simple. We can help with coverage for your home, farm, or ranch, coverage for all the drivers, cars, and equipment in and around your house, coverage for your business, large or small, life insurance to give you peace of mind. Call or stop by today, and one of our experienced, licensed agents will shop dozens of insurance companies for you, saving you time and money. Call our office or visit us online at oklahomainsured.com.
How long's it been since you had pizza? I mean good pizza. Piping hot, cheesy pizza that'll make your mouth water. At the Pizza Shop, we make old school pizza at old school prices. The Pizza Shop, 410 East Main, Tuttle.
Looking for the perfect way to satisfy your barbecue cravings? Look no further. We welcome everyone to enjoy our mouth-watering barbecue made with love and care. With a kids menu and outdoor patio, we have something for all ages. Come for the barbecue, stay for the good times with family and friends.
As a mama, you're constantly pulled in every direction. HotWorks is where you get to hit pause. Sweat out the stress as you recenter in just 30 minutes. You deserve this.
At Marshall Auto Supply, our Napa certified parts professionals are here to help. We stock a wide variety of parts and accessories for all makes and models. Marshall Auto Supply. Stop by or call us today. Located in Chickasha or on Main Street in Tuttle.
Stay ahead of the curve and keep your small engines running right this off-season. At Simmer Sales and Service, we have you covered. Bring your equipment over for a full winter tune-up or repair. Our full-service shop is ready for you just 2 miles east of Tuttle. We're locally and family-owned. You'll leave saying, Simmer, good people.
Whether you just came from a workout or you're just out and about, our Social Sips have everything you need to feel good to feel good. Here at Social, we have a variety of teas, shakes, social bowls, or you can even try one of our cold brew coffees, made with you in mind. At Mustang Social and Hometown Social, it's always tea time.
All right, welcome back. New face. Had to bring in the reliever. But
The close.
had some errands to run and made it over here just in time to hear these guys talk. And I'm glad to get to spend this week with you guys one more time. We thought we were, and to our viewers that are watching, I said it on the basketball broadcast last night, but I was a little upset because we didn't ever really tell our viewers thank you for all the support and our sponsors that make it possible for us to showcase these great athletes and coaches. We didn't ever really get to sign up. We thought we were doing a broadcast Friday night. We're not doing the broadcast, so you need to get to the game in person. You don't need to watch it online. You need to get to the game in person, buy a ticket, and go support these guys. They deserve it. But it's good to be here for this little segment, and I'm going to go ahead and schedule one for next week. I don't care. I'm a superstitious baseball coach. I'm telling you, I'm scheduling another coach show next week. So take care of business tonight or
Yes, sir.
Friday night. So
Awesome.
anyway, Mikey, I'm going to ask you guys a few questions. Talk a little bit about how much, since your ninth grade year when you came into the high school football program, and how much, not just that you've grown physically, because we know you can put away some food and put away some weights.
No
Yeah.
doubt.
You can move some weights in the weight room, but talk about your growth since your ninth grade, that freshman year now to where you're at, having to be a guy that's really leaned on for everything.
Definitely, you got to mature a lot. And with going to pick on Coach Ballard here for a little bit.
Okay.
Whenever he gets on, you can't let it bring you down. You just got to stay up, got to be positive about it because he's only doing it because he cares about you. Like I said, I just had to mature a lot, get used to how the varsity Tuttle program goes with all the sports around here. And definitely in the weight room with all the boys, just getting up early in the morning, sticking together one by one, just moving around.
Hey, when you get up early in the morning, Mikey, you got all afternoon to do all kinds of stuff, right? I tell you, it's been fun to watch you. You talked about mature. You talk about when a coach is on you, not worrying about it. And I'll give you some advice if you haven't heard from him. If your coach stops talking to you about things, I'll start worrying then. And he only believes in you if he's getting on you. So, Cruz, first year of the program, and it's something I said, and it's not a bash, and it's not ill intended, but we talked about Guthrie after the ball game that night. That's your first high school win as a quarterback, and then you've won 12 more, and it's been tough. It's not been like it's just it's easy. I think you've worked and earned those wins, and with the work you and your teammates have put in. But talk about just that year. It's not even been a full calendar year. And I feel like you're probably a lot different player than you were when you came in the doors. How's that changed for you?
Yeah, I mean, it's just been a blessing moving here, man. Meeting these guys, I feel like the senior class, they brought me in like one of their own, like a family member. Coach Ballard, he's an amazing head coach, and just me and him taking me under his wing, it's been pretty amazing.
You and your relationship with your offensive coordinator, Coach Brand, and Coach Shoup, maybe emphasize that a little bit and what that's been like. Because I know I know how that relationship works between those types of positions and those coordinators. And talk about y'all's relationship.
I mean, instead of a coach, they feel like best friends. Like you just talk to them about anything, just like talk to them about a bunch of different plays, trick plays, just you can talk to them about anything really. They're just close.
That probably takes the pressure off of you a
Oh,
lot. And they're going to be on you when you mess up too. And I know you're an accountable kid too, or you wouldn't have the success you have. Ryan, you took a little hiatus from playing last year. You were actually coached in the Powder Puff Bowl last year instead. But man, I think it's been really cool to see you hop in and take on a really massive role on the offensive line, the captain out there. You got to make calls. You got to do different things. How much have you grown since you got into the program early in your career to now, and what's that been like?
I think, like Mikey said, maturity was a big thing for me. freshman and sophomore year wasn't too good of a year for me as a football player. I didn't execute anything well. I never took anything seriously. And then after my sophomore season, the first season I got to suit up, I started to take it more seriously because I got in with the older guys and they taught me how to like be mature.
Sure.
And then I started taking weight seriously, started waking up early on time, not missing anything. And I think it's all about the people in front of me that taught me how to do it.
Well, it's been awesome to have you back out, and sometimes, I mean, a lot of times when you take some time off, you don't just get to come back in, and I know that you weren't just handed the keys to the position; you had to go earn it. So, congrats to you for doing that and being a leader of in the program as well. Um, Ryan, I'll go back to the end with you here. Your favorite Tuttle High School football tradition that you guys have within the program?
The bus. The bus is phenomenal. It's crazy. And it was even better, what was it, sophomore year when it was snowing?
Oh, yeah.
When we played Chickasha first round,
Yep.
Yep.
and it was snowing when we ran off. It was crazy. It
Yep.
was awesome.
Cruz, your favorite tradition?
I think mine is our team prayer right before the game, just bonding together right before we go to battle.
Mikey?
I'd probably say playing Newcastle last year here at home. Won by 1 point, got a fumble, won it. Just the atmosphere of everyone. The student section rushing the field, coming in the locker room is awesome.
You guys have had a couple of locker room parties. This locker room is a lot nicer than mine. I know that was a nightclub after the Blanchard win, wasn't it? Or was it the Blanchard win we had the
Yeah.
party in there? But
Yeah.
that's a cool deal. I'm gonna just take a wild guess. Is your favorite pregame meal steak and potatoes?
Yes.
I would imagine that's what it is. I don't need to ask anymore. Mikey, back to you. The player in the Tuttle football program that you grew up around, or the person that that guy that maybe helped you the most in the program since you've been here?
Probably gonna have to go with old Jace Warren. Anytime I didn't want to come to morning lifts, he made sure to call me, get me out of bed. Anytime we'd come out here and just go head up with each other, he'd make sure not to take it easy on me. We've gotten into a couple scraps because of it, but I mean, hey, we just grew as one, and it's pretty awesome.
Talk a little bit, and I didn't prep you for this question at all, but talk a little bit about what it's like to play with your family, your actual family. You got Adrian, and you had Gabe out there. Talk a bit about what that's like, that special bond you guys shared.
It's good, especially now that it's official that I'm an actual Avalar, part of the family. Well, I've been part of the family, but it's good. When all three of us were out there last year, it was fun. This year, me and Adrian just get to play both sides sometimes, be out there on the field at the same time. Whenever we're running out the tunnel, we just look at each other and smile. It's awesome.
Yeah, that's a pretty cool deal to share with your family members. I know you got a lot of brothers. Anyway, Ryan, the guy that maybe influenced you the most in this program since you've been a part of it.
Either Cody or Case and Rackley, because when I was little, Casey would just take me home when I didn't have a truck or a vehicle to go home.
Be careful riding around with Casey, right?
Oh yeah.
I got mad at him a couple times, but I mean, yeah, they showed me what it looks like to be a Tuttle Tiger, so I give all my props to them.
And Cruz, it's been a short amount of time, but who's helped you through the transition of moving into a different town? It's not easy being a guy. Well, this guy threw for this many yards, and he's coming in here, and there's people. Who is this guy? I think he is coming into our town, and how I mean, that can be really stressful as a high school student, much less an adult. I mean, when I got the job here, I come in and I'm thinking, man, I really hope this is the right choice, and I immediately knew it was. And talk a little bit about your transition and who those guys have been next to you that help you through the fires.
I mean, I can't really just give it to one person. I give it to probably the whole senior class. They just like taking me under their wing from all the way back in like December doing off-season lifting, coming up here in the morning. They all just teaching me the way to be a Tuttle Tiger.
Well, and I'll tell you this, and you won't want to necessarily, you don't care about hearing it because you're a very humble young man, but whenever Coach Ballard and I first, maybe January, when you got on campus, and I said, hey, tell me about this dude that moved here, Cruz or whatever his name is. And he said, I'll tell you this, he's the first guy there. He's the guy putting up all the equipment. He's the guy asking questions. He's there uh, helping his guys get better, and he doesn't know hardly any of them, but that says a lot about you. Coach B, you remember that conversation we had?
Absolutely.
I think that's for coaches, I'll tell you, I get goosebumps hearing stuff like that because it's cool to have kids that understand how important it is to treat people right and work hard. So
It's it just felt right. You know, you see a lot of these situations that happen and it's not right. And it was right. He came in, and funny story is his first day to go to school at Tuttle, he came in the weight room that morning, and it's what we call a finisher day. All right, it's our last day of lifting a week. And finishers are not a whole lot of fun. He walked in, he had his gear on, and I said, "Hey, you don't have to do this if you don't want to, you know. This
Sure.
is this
Hey,
is
don't forget your school yet or not.
no, I'm good. I'm good, coach. I want all it. And I watched him a little bit. The thing I noticed about him first is before he knew people's names, he was high fiving, encouraging, spotting. Um, and the room that's created by these older guys and the weight room, I tell you, our off season last winter was one of my favorite ever. I didn't have to call people to get them there. They were there, and they all took care of their business, and he fit right in. I say the same thing when people say, "Well, our family's moving to Tuttle. You know, what do you think?" I'm like, "Well, if you show up and work hard, the kids in Tuttle will accept you and they'll welcome you. If you show up and they hear you talk before you work, they won't accept you." And never once did we have to even consider that with Cruz. Cruz was a worker, an encourager, a teammate, taking care of people, and he is what you want the quarterback to be. Uh, he will critique himself much more than we will ever critique him. Um, he finds too much fault in what he does sometimes, you know, but he understands the responsibility of being the quarterback. You get too much credit and you get too much blame.
All of it.
That's part of that position, and
Yeah.
those of us that have played before understand that. It's awesome, but it sucks too. I mean, but he handles it. He's never shied away from anything. You can tell him, and he listens to everything you say. He also has an opinion, and it's trusted because he studies. He knows, and he's going to do everything in his power to get better, and he's going to do everything in his power to make our team better. And I don't know any coach that wouldn't just love and welcome that in their program.
And I'll take that right arm if you got extra bullets in the
Ooh,
spring.
I don't know
Let's
about
use
that.
that thing.
It's
I'm
gonna
trying to
tell.
talk to
It's
Cruz.
gonna tell.
Yeah, we wanted to. Yeah, we want to. No, you guys just had a teammate sign today. CJ Simon signing with UTEP.
Yep.
Pretty cool for him, Coach B. I know he kind of been up and down through the recruiting process, and he finally, I think that's one of the cooler stadiums in America.
Well, I told him you better brush up on his Spanish.
That's better.
But listen, CJ's happy, man. I've not seen CJ not happy.
Right,
I mean,
right.
that dude's got some juice and he's fired up all the time. He seemed really at peace. He texted me this weekend when he was down there visiting. He said, "I'm going to come in." And I said, "Are you 100%?" And he said, "Yes, sir." And listen, for any of these kids to get to go play after high school, if that's their dream, I want them to chase it.
Sure.
You know, if they want to go be an engineer, go chase it. All you ever want to see for your players is for them to chase their dreams. And he gets to go chase his dreams. He's happy. His family's happy. He'll be financially taken care of with his education. So, man, go get it done. Let somebody pay the bills and get on with it. So,
That's right. Well, and Rylan Dooner, Tuttle Tiger softball player down there playing at UTEP right now as well.
I didn't know that.
Teammate of Hannah Morales, I see senior year state champs.
And our brother played football for us.
Yeah.
Brandon?
Oh yeah.
So a little familiar face there, but it's been an awesome year. It's fun I get excited. Coach B's talking about put the foot on the gas. I'm over there fist pumping. Like, let's go. Got a football game. When's it start, baby? But it's been a phenomenal year watching you guys and watching you. Really, I've gotten to watch you guys from in the booth really grow up, Mikey. And I'll never forget, I think it was the play of the season last year. There was a mistake made on offense, and you make a tackle. And I think it's the Newcastle game, if I'm not
Blanchard.
Was it Blanchard? Well, you made him snap it again, and he runs a guy down that he shouldn't be running down. I think that really said it. That was a
Yeah,
really
it's Blanchard.
of how you are as a player, is just a hard nosed guy that's going to go as hard as he can, and he runs a skill guy down on the sideline, makes him snap it again, and gives your team a chance. That says a lot about you. Cruz, it's been fun watching you throw the football and make decisions and be accountable and have success. And then Ryan, great to see you back out there as well. Coach B, any final thoughts about the matchup this week, other than getting these fans out there to watch
You
it?
know what? We want everybody to come out. It's an important thing for our town. It's an important thing for our community, our school. Everybody supports us so much. I said this at our Thanksgiving practice the other day. It takes a village to have a program like Tuttle, and we've got a heck of a village. But it's young men like this, like Rhino. Uh, he's worked so hard for years to get into our program where he can play. You know what I mean? And it means the world to him. And you can see that in his eyes, hear it in his voice.
Yeah.
And all these guys talk about it. And I'm just thankful for the hours, the years, the time they've put in. And it's so fun to sit here and listen to them talk about growing up. As a coach, that's what you're after.
Yeah.
And these guys are a great representation of our town. These guys are a great representation of our community. They're blue collar. They work hard. They want to win, but they're also going to have a blast doing it. And I'm just thankful we're playing football this week, and I'm ready to kick it off. I'm tired of waiting, and we're ready to step on the gas and go.
Yeah. Well, tomorrow night, home for the holidays, downtown in Tuttle. If you can make it out there, bundle up. It'll be a little chilly, but you can meet these guys. They'll be riding on the fire engine. I think.
No, we're lighting the Christmas tree at 5:30. We're flipping the switch.
Flipping it around. I like switching it up a little bit. You got to flip it.
Can I mention one more thing?
Yeah.
Friday night is going to be a culmination of some things inside of our program. I know most of you are aware of the story of Luke Champion and Braxton Evans.
Mm-hmm.
Both of them are just miracles. Their stories are miracles. And Braxton being the most recent. Braxton's been working hard, and he told us last week his doctor said he could be on the sidelines. So we're taking it one step further, and those guys are going to be two of our captains.
All right. That's what
So it's important to our team, their families. If you see those guys, pat them on the back. It's a miracle. Every report you get from those guys, it's just a miracle they're alive, and we're thankful that they're part of our family. So looking forward to that. Fired up about that.
Yeah.
Those guys are fired up, and we're ready to play. These guys have had a great 2 weeks, and I'm ready to go see it.
Well, and when you say stuff like that about those two young men and their story, it makes you realize that that'll be the coolest thing that happens on Friday night. Even though whenever you hopefully get a win, you go play for a state championship. That'll be probably the cooler moment of the night. So, congrats to you guys on an awesome year. Before all of us coaches start crying and stuff, we're gonna cut out of here. Make sure you come join us tomorrow night at Home for the Holidays. There'll be all kinds of stuff going on out there. The football teams will be there, and all other activities out there, having booths and selling merchandise, all those things. And then make it over to UConn, get there early. We'll be on the home side. Get your tickets online on GoFan, or you can grab them at the booth for $10 cash, I believe. And go out and support the Tigers in person. They want to have a big crowd. They want to hear the people cheering for them. And then let's help them get them to the other Richardson Stadium over in Edmond the following week. So for Eli Pagel and Kevin Rogers and Coach Ballard, Rymo, Cruz, and Mikey, thanks for joining us on the Coaches Show, and we'll be back next week at 5:30.